Oh, YTPC, Joshua Stewart smoking a pipe up north in the woods. Oh, once again, we're in the south shop, not up north in the woods. My partner in crime here, Mittens, he just decided to hop up on my lap here just now, trying to annoy me. Anyway, it's after 11 o'clock right now as I'm recording this on a Sunday night. Getting ready for bed here pretty soon, and thought this would maybe be as good a time as any. Try some Peterson Nightcap for the very first time. Now, say I haven't went on the tobacco reviews and read anything, but all I know is that it's in English. Here on the back it says mixture of Latakia, small-leaved Orient, and Perique. Create a rich flavored smoking experience. Indulge in a sensation of relaxation and leisure mixed cut. So, now, I guess full disclosure, I'm finding I'm not really a huge Latakia fan. And by extension, English. I don't hate them. But there's enough other stuff out there that I just like a lot more. So, but I know this is a highly regarded. I guess a couple of weeks ago I did have the early morning pipe, and for an English, I kind of liked it. So from what I've understood, the early morning pipe is a lot milder than this stuff. So we'll pop this open and see what I think. Good vacuum seal. Ooh, got a little thunder outside. Yeah, it smells like an English. Got the smoky Latakia in there. I gotta say, this is one of the better fan folds that I've seen in a while. A lot of them seem to be kind of crunched in there. Mittens is being annoying again. Demanding attention. You like the smell of that too? Alright. Mittens, you might have to get off of here. Alright, Mittens, you're going to have to get down for a little bit. You can come back up later. Hey, I know you don't want to go down. Get down. There we go. Alright. I think it said on there mixed cut. So we'll loosen up a little bit here. Let's see. I think this will be okay. I didn't run a pipe cleaner through it, but it seems to be drying okay. Now, I don't have real high expectations that this is going to be one that I'm really going to, really like or anything. So I think I'll just do a half a bowl. Maybe 2/3. Like I say, I don't hate Englishes, but just there's so many other things that I like better, so. Close it back up here. Light her up. Definitely got that campfirey smokiness. You want to come back here, Mittens? Or are you mad at me now? He's going up on his perch over there by the ceiling. I think he's mad at me. Well, I don't hate it. In fact, I think if I'm in the mood for an English, I'd probably go for it again. I've been kind of working my way through trying some of the samples that Jess from Jess Piping and Garrett and Katie from Smoke Snacks and Carolina Rose and Bill Keach done some blend swaps and stuff with them. And they all were very generous on their end. More so than I was, I'm ashamed to say. But now this kind of brings me back to the very first time I smoked in English. It was late last summer, early last fall. Now, just as a recap, if there's any new viewers, I just started smoking approximately 1st of August of 2023. My very first smoke was Captain Black Gold and half and half. Bought them both on the same day at my local tobacco shop, which is a cigarette and vape shop, but they had a couple little codger blends up on the top shelf in the corner. And that week I placed an order from one of the major online retailers and got about, oh, what did I get? Well, I got my very first corn cob at that time because the pipe that I bought at the local brick and mortar is one that they didn't even have any Missouri Meerschaum cobs there, so I bought a Missouri Meerschaum on that first order and about 10 aromatics. And then trying to remember how I did it. If it was on the second order or the third order, because I placed about an order a month. And on one of them, it was the second one, I decided I'd get some English. So I did a little bit of research on what is going to be the best English for a beginner. I think a lot of the forums and stuff that I checked out, I haven't really joined any of the forums at that point, just did lurking. And I think Early Morning Pipe was one of them that came up, but I didn't want to spend I don't remember what it was, 12 bucks or whatever for a tin of early morning pipe. And I know you can get it on sale for cheaper, but at that time it wasn't on sale. So I found, I believe it was the Peters, or was it Peter Stockby, or just Stockby Luxury English 17. I got an ounce of that to try. And I remember the first time I opened up the bag, it's like, oh, now I see what they talk about. I see what they're talking about when they say it's got a campfire smell. Sounds like the wind has picked up a little bit outside and raining. I don't know if you can hear the thunder too. But I also remember thinking when I first smoked that very first English, my mind went straight to like the old school back in the roaring 20s or something, the rich bigwigs, you know, going to the smoking parlor to have a cigar and brandy or a pipe and brandy or something after a big meal. Picture a bunch of old fat guys in suits and I'm going to pause it here for just a couple minutes and come back after I've gotten further down in the bowl. All right, we're back. We got, I don't know, I was gone for about 10 minutes there. I'm down, say I only packed about a half or 2/3 of a bowl to begin with. I'm down probably to the last quarter. Didn't have to relight it too much. It stayed lit pretty good. And that thunder rumbling is shaking the walls a little bit in here. And Mittens decided to forgive me. He's back on my lap here again now. Not really getting any tongue bite really to speak of, but I'm getting a little bit of that spiciness, I'm guessing, from the Perique. So, I guess well, I'm getting just a little bit of the nick hit too. Which with the Kentuckys, they've seemed to be packing a little bit of a wallop, so I'm getting a little bit more used to that. And I think it's at the point where I definitely need to slow down, otherwise it's going to get to the point of being unpleasant. Oh, went out now. But anyway, I guess maybe we'll pose the question of the day here before we get too much further too. As far as chamber size, I'm finding right now that when I'm trying a lot of these blends, even these Legend corn cobs that I've got several of them for different, dedicated to different types of blends, and they don't have a really huge bowl. I don't remember what they are, 5/8, 3/4 by inch and a quarter deep or something like that. But even in these, a couple of which was the John Cotton Kentucky, and I think it was the Smoky Mountain, the Hearth and Home Smoky Mountain that I had the other day. They last a long time. I mean, I get 45 minutes to an hour in a Legend corn cob that isn't really a big chamber. So the question is how small of a chamber can you get where it still smokes good? Because if I could get something that would have, half the volume of one of these, some of those little nose warmer cobs, do they have smaller chambers? Well, how small can you get as far as diameter and depth, where you can still get a good smoke, but obviously I can just pack half a bowl if I want. But a lot of times I intend to pack a half a bowl, but then before I realize I packed a full bowl. And especially with some of those Kentuckys, and if I would have done a full bowl of this, it's more than I can handle right now. I think the smallest one I got right now, the Dr. Grabo, this one. I think it's a Duke. I think it's like a 5/8 by a little over an inch deep. We'll compare it with the Legend so you can see comparison. Of course, Legend has the bottom part doesn't. You can't smoke it all the way to the very bottom, so it's still a little bit smaller. But this thing, it's not a bad pipe, but it smokes so hot. Even mild blends, the bowl gets uncomfortable. To the point where you can barely hold on to the bowl. So I end up holding it on the stummel usually. And when it smokes that hot, it seems to affect the flavor a little bit too. I think we're reaching just about the end of this, but excuse me. So, yeah, I guess part of the reason why I'm asking that is as far as the smallest chamber size is I've got an apple tree that died here. So I cut it down and thinking applewood might make a good pipe. So I'm not planning on doing anything too crazy. Probably do like the hardwood style that was the Ozark Missouri Meerschaums. Just do the two-piece with the bowl and the stummel, just like the regular corn cobs. Yeah, I think we're about done here. But I think I'm going to have a hard time getting any pieces big enough out of what's left of that tree because it splits so bad. and part of the middle of the trunk was rotten because part of the tree's been dying every year for the last several years. And it was actually dead all last year, but I was hoping that it would come back from the dead and something would turn green again, but it obviously didn't. So, got a few little chunks of apple wood that I'll probably make something out of. So, final thoughts on Nightcap. It's as far as English, it's pretty decent. But like I said at the beginning, I'm not a huge English guy. Or Latakia. But occasionally the mood hits me, and I've got probably a dozen different Englishes on hand right now. I've probably got half a dozen that I haven't even tried yet, or haven't even opened the tins. Running long again. So I think with that we'll call it for tonight. This is Joshua Stewart, smoking a pipe up north in the woods. Have a good day.